Today on the workbench I've got a new project here. This is a Athearn Genesis 282 and it's DCC ready. It's brand new out of the box. I got to pick this up at a train show, you know, decent price. But anyway, we're going to take and put a decoder in this today. And what I've got for this is this is an older WOWSound, TCS WOWSteam decoder. I think it's one of their first versions. But it's got this 9-pin adapter here, and I'll show you why I'm going to use this decoder. I mean, I've had that laying around for a long time. So everything in this locomotive is contained right here under the boiler. So it just has this 9-pin adapter. There's nothing in this tender except for a weight. It doesn't even have power pickups on this. So what you do when you hook this up, you just take this 9-pin connector and slide that through, you know, easy peasy, and you have it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug that connector, and then I can plug this right in. Now I know this won't slide into that, but so that's the bad part of this. Once you put this in, you really can't unhook the decoder from the locomotive. But really, right there, the way I have this sitting, that would run right there. And this does have a keep alive in it, so we won't have to worry about a keep alive. These two wires are extra functions. I'm just going to take and cut those off. And then we've got our two purple there that are speaker wires. And I am going to put a speaker in this. I've got a scale sound system speaker. But I'm going to unplug that. And then I want to pull this apart. So the way this comes apart, it just pries apart. And I'm going to use this. This is a tool for like cell phone repair. And this just, well, this one's a little slick. I may have to get one out that's metal, so I can kind of dig in. But yeah, let me get another tool out here. I don't want to go too far in, so that just pops right out. There's little indentions there that pops into. So comes right off, but little tools to pull the body off. And what I'll end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and mount this decoder on this board, you know, so that way we'll have it when we have it together. This would be really great if you had your own layout at home and you never went anywhere, you just left this on the layout. You could leave this hooked up. So that'll go in there. That'll be like that. Now the speaker, I've got this scale sound system speaker. I'm just going to put it, you know, somewhere in here. I may have to, I'll probably do like I do the Bachmans and drill the top of this. That way the sound, you'll be able to hear it better. Because right now there's no holes in this thing at all for any sound to come out. So, that being said, let me unplug that, get that out of the way. I'm going to mount this right on top of the weight right there. And then this speaker can put it back here. And I'm going to move that back as far as I can. So that's what our setup will look like when we get done. But yeah, I'll have to drill some holes in that. Because the other thing I could do is I don't want to drill down through that weight. But anyway, let me get a cotton swab there. Get some alcohol out. And this is probably just about as simple as an installation as can be. But I want to clean this off. Clean the bottom of this off. Like I say, this was just an old decoder that I had laying around. I'd taken it out of something. I don't even remember what I took it out of now. But so we've got that cleaned. Put the lid back on my alcohol. Got the soldering iron on. Get my tape out. Find the end of that. That there, that'll get us up above that. It's there. Let me clean some of this off up here. And then I'll put a piece across the speaker. And really the only thing we'll have to solder is these two wires here on the speaker. So we'll get that pressed into place in the rear. Then we can mount this. Oop. Did pass that rivet a little bit. So now we have our decoder mounted. Rid of that stuff. I can cut those off. We're in good shape there. And I'll leave these a little long, because if I cut them really short, I'll have a heck of a time soldering that together. But I'll cut that off about there. Cut that one there. Like I say, I wish I could remember what I pulled that out of. But for the life of me, I do not know. So yeah, the one thing I don't like about this, and this is the first Athearn I've done like this, is that there's no pickups back there in the tender. So at least this does have a keep alive in it. Now I could put them in, but this is just made up of parts that I have laying around. So I didn't want to put a lot into it. Just make a quick video. Now if I can get that twisted around. And the same with this one. And it's moving on me. Okay. So there's that. Go ahead and hook that up. I'm going to test this thing out. Yeah. So there's what the final product will look like when we go to put it together. But let me test this out and I'll be back. Alright, so I did try this out, and it works really well. It's got a decent sound to it. You know, I think it's just because it's an older decoder and their sound wasn't as refined, I think, as it is now. But yeah, we can just slip that right back on, and we're good to go with this project. So I'll get this back together. I'll put the details on it, and then yeah, I'll have it up on the test stand, and you'll be able to see and hear what it sounds like. I'll be back. Alright, we're up here on the test stand, and I've got this 282 completed. I mean, it came out really well. I put the extra details on it. Really all there was just the piping there on the side of the boiler and the steps on the tender. But I'm going to go ahead and unmute this thing. Now, I didn't drill any holes in the tender. I do believe it does have a fairly good sound to it. Of course, this is one of the older decoders, and I just had it laying around, and I just wanted to use it just to get rid of it. So, of course, put a KD coupler on it, and you know, really, that's about all. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'll unmute this. So there's our bell. There's our horn. Short horn. Now, I haven't changed anything. At some point I may hook my laptop up to this and dig out JMRI and we'll go through this, because I don't have any documentation on this right now, and I never printed anything off. But of course it does have the keep alive in it, and I mean it works really well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up. Well, let me turn the headlight on, that way you can hear the dynamo. Now we'll let it blow down first. So there you could hear the dynamo kick in. But let me... Now it does look like the chuff synchronization is off just a little bit, but and it is set up to when it stops, it has one horn or one whistle. I believe when it goes forward, we'll get two. So there's speed step 1. So it's got pretty good motor control, pretty good slow speed to it. Let's go ahead and speed that up. That's speed step 2. Then I'll hit the brakes. So there's our stop again, and then we'll back it up. And now I'll just pull it back in the frame. So I think it does run pretty well. It sounds pretty good. And so we've got this one completed. All right. Thanks for watching.